What's going on, guys? Strong Island Fitness here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the secret to six-pack abs, even though it's not really much of a secret. The two main components, basically, of getting a six-pack or having six-pack abs, is two factors. One is your body fat, and the second factor is the muscle that you have developed under your fat, which is your abs. Okay? So a lot of times you'll see really skinny guys with a decent set of abs, but they don't really have any muscle on any parts of their body. That's because they have such a low body fat percentage. And other times you'll see guys, huge, massive dudes, even with a decent body fat percentage, not too high, but not crazily thin either, and they also have abs. So what's the trick? The trick to getting a six-pack is basically a ratio between having not a lot of fat and having developed ab muscles. So you either A, have to have zero fat on your body, or not zero, but a very low body fat percentage, and some sort of ab development, or you could have a higher body fat percentage and just have very muscular, well-developed, hard abs. Okay? So basically, the way that I've always viewed abs as is to build up as much muscle as I can underneath my fat as I possibly can, so when I cut down, my abs are more visible at a higher body fat percentage. Okay, so let's say I didn't train abs, or I train abs once a week and I only did, high reps, something that's not going to build my abs, which a lot of people actually do, which in my opinion is a mistake to do a lot of high reps on abs. So let's say I did once a week abs and I did, most of my exercises 40 reps, 50, 60 reps, right? I wouldn't have much developed abs. They would kind of just, they would have a good amount of endurance in them, but I wouldn't be building up the muscle as efficiently as if I did them 3 days a week, 4 days a week, between 8 and 15-ish reps, okay? So my philosophy has always been is that you want to build up as much muscle as you can so you don't have to cut down to a low body fat percentage. So like I said, let's say I do my abs once a week, high reps. Maybe I would need to cut down to 8% body fat to see a good six-pack development. Now let's say I do it 4 or 5 times a week, maybe not 5 times, it's all preference, but let's say I do it more often and I'm doing it training them heavy and, for muscle hypertrophy instead of endurance. Maybe I would only need to cut down to like 12% body fat or 13% body fat to be able to see that full development of six-pack abs. And that's why a lot of times you guys see my old pictures and I have really crazy ripped abs and, my abs look really good. I was very lean, however, sometimes you might look at those pictures and say, those are really developed abs. Maybe, would you have like 7-8% body fat? I was probably around 12% body fat, 13 maybe, at my leanest in those pictures. Even when I was like 15-16% body fat, I still had very good developed abs, and I credit that to training them heavy for muscle hypertrophy instead of endurance. All right, guys? So now I'm going to show you an ab video, a workout that I did, basically on what I normally do and how I personally work the abs. Alright guys, let's check it out. Alright guys, so in this clip right here, basically the first exercise I'm doing is seated crunches on the machine. To efficiently work this exercise, you want to go down and you want to squeeze. You really want to feel that contraction in your abs. If you don't, then you're not using the exercise to its full potential. As I said, I train it heavy. I go anywhere between 8 and 15 reps most of the time. So come down, squeeze, and feel that contraction. And on this exercise right here, it's basically just rope crunches. A lot of people have trouble with this form. I know a lot of people that I've tried to teach can't really do it. But you want to keep a curve in your back and you really want to squeeze again. Just the same thing as doing a normal regular crunch. You want to keep that curve in your back and really squeeze. Alright guys, and on this exercise right here, I really tried to work the lower abs. So basically what we're doing is leg lifts, but we're doing them like off the pole, as you can clearly see by the video. The focus of this exercise is you want to lift your butt right up off the ground and control the negative coming all the way down. It's really tough. It's a very hard exercise, and basically if you're not advanced, I wouldn't really recommend it. I can only do about 6 to 8. It is pretty tough. On this exercise right here, basically I'm just doing crunches on the decline bench with a 45-pound weight to give me some resistance. Coming up, squeezing the abs as usual, and putting the weight over my head. I'm not doing the form exactly perfect in this, but you want to get your back about parallel to the floor. See, I'm going a little bit above, but you don't want to go all the way down. You want to keep your back at right around parallel to the floor there as well. And for this, I tried to work my obliques. Basically, there's a million different things you can call them. You can call them chainsaws, wood choppers. You could do side crunches, whatever you want to call them. You're grabbing the cable, and you want to come down to about your knee, and you want to keep your elbows pretty much as straight as possible, and you want to do that for both sides. The key to this exercise is that you want to pull with your body and not your arms. Innately, you're going to want to pull this down with your arms like it's a type of back or shoulder move. However, you have to pretend that your arms are almost like a bridge for your hands just to pull the weight, and that's it. And you want to give full body and no resistance in your arms. Okay, and for my final and last exercise, as you can see this right here, I'm not sure if your gym has it, but my gym has it. It is a rotatable like crunch machine on a little slide. As you can see right here, I'm doing it on the left side to start out with. This is basically working the left side, or the right side, I'm sorry, of my obliques. So I'm going to do that for around 15 reps, switch it to the front side. I'm going to do front crunches about 15 reps or so, and then move it to the other side and do the other side for about 15 reps or so. Again, the key is the contraction in your abs. I know it doesn't look it, but you want to not have the seat go all the way down. You almost, when the weight is coming on its way down, you almost want to stop it. So you're giving full contraction on your abs, and you're not giving your abs a rest at all. So as soon as you get to the top of the movement and you feel the seat start to go down, you almost want to resist the weight coming on the way down and controlling a negative, and you get that really serious squeeze in your abs. This is what I do for a finisher. You could do all sorts of different things. In all of these exercises, I did 3 to 4 sets. It usually takes around a half an hour or so to do this workout. Alright guys, if you like the video, please comment, subscribe, share it around, like it. Strong Island Fitness.